You're listening to the Mobcast Network.
Welcome to the Cult Movie Cantina.
Hello. Welcome. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, we're very subdued, right? Hello. Greetings. Welcome to the Cantina of Cult Movies.
Yes.
I'm your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty, and I'm joined by, as always,
Carrie Bloomfield, filling in for the Lady of Libations. Libations and facilitators of fun.
There's multiple people over there.
you kind of got this Joan Crawford thing going for you.
I do.
I can see that.
Right? Oh,
Yeah.
we're doing that next season. We're totally doing Mommy Dearest next
Oh, I
season.
love that movie.
Sorry? Mom, that's
Mommy Dearest
okay.
is a
Yeah.
great movie.
It's like the campiest of all campy movies ever. Oh, I
It
love
is
it.
great.
All right.
Anyway, Stephanie. Hi.
Who am I? Why am I here?
Hello, Jestina, your Jellicle Jester.
She who knows no
No
movies.
movies.
Admiral.
At your
At
service.
your service.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
look.
you.
Now I can
Thank
see
you.
people. Hi.
And our producer Caleb's over there.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Everybody. This is a podcast that talks about cult movies, adds a libation, and shows us some. Oh, I forgot that part. I should have done it earlier, and now I'm all out. I don't know what I'm doing. And so
I'm going to make you
That's
drink,
okay.
and she's going to talk about stuff that happened.
Yeah.
That's
Because I haven't seen it before,
Yeah.
and it's not going to be as fun for me as it is for them because they're like, this is great. And I'm like, is it though? Is it?
Well, you know what? You can always pick a movie.
I would almost fit in well with when they were doing that How's It Stack.
Right.
Like they just
Yeah,
come like,
yeah.
let's ask Justina real quick. And be like, it doesn't.
Like nothing stacks.
It doesn't. Some things do. Some things do. That's what I'm here
I miss
for.
that. Those guys. Those guys should do a show again. They're more welcome to do it here.
That's
Join
right.
us.
Join us. All right. So we took a look at the. Okay. Last week when I said the movie Warlock, I said 1989.
Correct.
Which is technically correct.
True.
I did it off 89, but
Right.
Amazon said 91.
And
Yeah.
so it's also 91. So
How is it also 91?
the movie was filmed in 1988 or 87.
All right, we're getting a whole bunch of different dates right,
Right.
now.
So the movie was filmed in 80 because most movies takes a year to make a movie.
Right, of
Right.
course.
So
Okay, so
for-
filmed in 87.
for slate for 88. The company who made it, New World Pictures, went out of business, and they were bought by Trimark.
Okay.
And so Trimark released it worldwide in 89, but in the United States in 1991.
Well, we're going to have some fun facts
So-
about 89.
right,
Boy,
so-
howdy,
so-
let me tell you.
So we've covered both gamuts in today's episode. So the fun facts will be all in 1989.
Okay.
Okay,
The
great.
box office report will all be 1991.
Yep.
Okay.
There you
So
go.
we're covering it all in the land of warlocks.
And the liquor I bought today. There you go.
So it's fresh.
It's fresh. Fresh liquor.
So Warlock, 1989/1991.
That's a fun story all by itself.
Directed by Stephen Miner, written by David Twohy. Twohy. I'm going with Twohy. Or
Okay.
Twohy.
Twohy?
Hy. Twohy.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that too.
Yeah.
To why?
Twohy.
To why?
Stars
To why or not to why?
Julian Sands
She's so pretty.
as the Warlock. Laurie Singer as Cassandra.
She was terrible.
Fun fact about Laurie Singer, she is Mark Singer's sister. So she's the sister to Beastmaster,
Okay.
which is a movie we will probably do on the show eventually.
I love Beastmaster.
Also stars Richard E. Grant as Redfern. And I was watching this movie going, I know this guy.
Yep.
Where do I know this
Yeah,
guy from? Like, I've seen this guy recently. He's old Loki in the Loki
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, he is.
He was also recently in the most recent Star Wars movie.
Yeah, right.
Yes, he was.
He has General.
Yeah, one of the bad guys.
He's like Hux's dad or
Yeah,
Hux, whatever.
well, like, he doesn't like Hux. He's like,
Who likes Hux?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hux
That's-
doesn't even like
And
Hux.
that's the guy that like showed up to find him, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The
right,
Highlander.
Right. The Highlander guy.
Thank you. Yes.
Yep.
That makes sense.
But also he has an Oscar nomination.
Castlevania guy.
Yeah. We all call him Highlander.
I see Highlander.
Yeah.
But he has an Oscar nomination.
Yep.
Recently, actually. Thank You, I'm Sorry, I think it's called. It's the who played Tammy, and she's in Bridesmaids. Melissa McCarthy movie where she's a failed writer who forges documents to make some letters and stuff. And so
I wanted to see that.
I did too. I had not seen it yet, but he was in it. He plays your best friend in it, and he got nominated for Best Supporting.
Okay.
Cool.
It has Mary Woronov as the Chandler, Richard Cuss as the Mennonite, and Kevin O'Brien as Chaz, everyone's favorite gay best friend. So that's our cast, and that's who directed it. Jestina,
Yeah.
do you have some fun facts for 1989?
Let me roll this out. Let me get to the page. Hold on. I did see 91 on there, and I was like, oh, Scotty lied. And then I looked, and I was like, no, it says
It
89.
also gets confusing because like they start in like 1691, then go forward to 1980.
Right.
87, technically.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with the top 10 baby names because we did this last week, 2 weeks ago. All of them, they're the same, except one is different. Okay, so to remind you of the others.
All right.
So we had Jessica, Ashley, Amanda, Sarah, Michael, Christopher, Matthew, Joshua, and David. The girl's name from 80, I think it was 87 actually. Let's see. This is not right down.
Yes, 87. Our last
Thank
movie was
you.
The Lost Boys.
Thank you. So the girl name was Jennifer. Jennifer was replaced by what?
Justina.
Okay, first of all, no.
Courtney.
No.
Jessica.
Well, there was Jessica.
I said Jessica. Jessica's on there, but I mean, yes, but I said that already.
But yeah. Sorry. Amanda.
She's
I
also
said
on the
Amanda
list.
too. Okay, listen.
He's not listening.
He's like, I feel like it's an Amanda.
Oh, after all of us, he's also the one with headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm like.
Okay, so how about I
He's
give you
doing
a
his
hint?
job, Justina. He's
It starts
doing
with a
his
B.
job.
I didn't ask him. He just tried by telling me the names I already said.
Bethany.
Okay, nope, that's wrong. Good guess though.
Ooh.
It's a B name.
Brittany.
It is Brittany. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I was
Brittany,
ri-
bitch.
I was writing them down and I was like, these are like the exact
Yeah.
same
Brittany.
names.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and they were except for one. So those names stayed for a while apparently.
Okay.
All right. So I know that it's coming up on the holiday season.
Oh, the boys' names are all the same?
Yep.
There was no new.
The only one different was Jennifer was replaced by Brittany.
All right.
Wow.
Can I add a boy's name to that list?
Do it.
Patrick.
Is it just because your brother was born in 89?
My brother was born January 2nd, 1989.
All right.
I was too, and my name's not on the list.
Right. Well, that's why I guessed Justina. I thought we'd get lucky.
If it was a popular name, I feel like I would at least find it somewhere on something.
Do you
at
have
like
a middle
souvenir
name?
Jureen.
Oh God, that's not.
Jerrine.
That also is not common.
It is
so
not.
you are.
It's at like it's been passed down for like generations in my family. So let's get into the fun facts. So you guys all know the famous commercial from Hershey's Kisses with the bells.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
That
that's
first
right.
aired in 1989, and it has played every season since then.
That's so
Oh.
fun with the holidays with the dude.
I knew I had recognized it for a long time since I've been alive.
Yeah.
Since I have been alive, it has been playing.
So it's your age.
It is my
Oh,
age.
it's
Isn't
adorable.
that like crazy that it's been going on so long? That was fun. So a fun fact about Iceland. Beer was banned in Iceland until March 1st, 1989, which is now celebrated annually as Beer Day.
We should go.
I do
should
want to
go.
go to Beer Day.
What's the
Why was it
what
banned
the
in
date?
Iceland?
So Iceland outlawed all forms of alcohol in 1915, but within 20 years had unbanned all alcohol beverages except for beer. So like everything else came back. They're like, still no beer though.
So
still no,
you can drink hardcore vodka,
Yeah.
but not beer
but no beer.
until 89.
And so, what day is Beer Day?
March 1st, 1989.
March 1st. So, I kind of want to go to Iceland.
I do wanna
I'd
go.
Just go and be
That'd
like,
be a
we
special
learned
occasion.
about
Well,
it.
you understand, a lot
That'd be a
of
special
Vikings
occasion.
settled in Iceland,
Right,
So
yeah.
that'd be right up my
See, that would
alley.
be something I would drink for. That would be a special occasion.
I know.
Until we can go, we should just get, what is that, Icelandic Einstein?
I know Einstock.
Yeah, Einstock.
Because I drink it all the time. It's
so we should
good.
have to at least have one of those on
on
March
March
1st.
1st
until we
in
can go.
Einstock. No wonder they do beer so well. They like didn't have it for so long, and like
No,
we're gonna
gonna
this right.
celebrate.
It's gonna be awesome.
All right, so which car brand was first introduced into the U.S. market in 1989?
The Yugo.
No.
Okay.
You is actually older.
It is. It's
Yeah.
horrible. It's the only thing I can think of. Oh, Kia.
Nope.
Oh.
My question is it still around today?
It is.
Okay.
Hyundai.
Nope. It's not a more common car, if that helps. I'm not going to say it's like, whew, but it's not, whew. It's like,
Infinity.
no,
Oh.
Audi.
no. But you guys are like, I feel like on the right path.
Subaru.
No.
No, I don't have anything.
Well, it has an us in it.
Hold on.
Prius?
That is a fantastic guess because I could not think of any other car that had an us in it.
Yeah.
But no,
Okay, hold on.
that was
So
wrong.
you were like, this is it. And then I go, no, there's the other
Prius.
one.
It's like,
You're
were they
no way
around?
electric
They
cars
didn't-
are-
Lexus.
Yes.
Because that is
yeah.
actually owned by Toyota,
Ah.
by the
Okay.
way.
Look at
Lexus
you.
is.
It's like the higher.
Yeah,
like that's the
yes.
thing is they all like
Mhm.
this
It's the
is a really
high-
fancy thing.
the
It's like well
Lexus.
it's the
technically
high-end
Toyota.
Toyota.
All right.
Yeah.
So, fun fact, they were introduced into the U.S. market. All right. So, in 1989, the Energizer Bunny was introduced, replacing who as the spokesperson?
Oh.
Wait, was it the monkey
Nope.
that does that?
No, the monkey was a Duracell.
Or was that Duracell?
Yeah, Duracell's the monkey.
Okay. I thought the Energizer Bunny was always the Energizer. I mean, I thought it was always the Energizer Bunny.
I don't know this one.
You don't? It
No.
was, Caleb?
No
nothing?
guess.
All right. So, it replaced.
Caleb wasn't born until like 2005.
How young are you, sir? Don't tell me. I don't know. All right.
That's the idea. We'll just keep it
Yeah.
ambiguous the entire. And every year, every show, I'm just going to get him younger and younger. I'm just going to like, he was born in 2010. He's
People are going to be like, what are you guys doing? Child labor.
Wait a minute. He's older than my son.
no, he's
Caleb.
not.
He's older than Jack.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Am I older than Jack? I'm older than Jack.
Jack
right?
was
Let's not ruin the mystique for the
Okay.
listeners.
Okay. So the Energizer Bunny replaced gymnast Mary Lou Bubby. Retton. That's
Retton,
one under.
yeah.
Yeah.
Brittany.
I didn't know
I
she
didn't- I
did
didn't re- I didn't
Energizer
remember
commercials.
Mary Lou was the.
She
Energizer
was
Bunny.
it up until the bunny, and then the bunny just has been it ever since.
So she got to do it for 5 years at least.
Yeah.
Because she was big in the '84 Olympics.
I don't remember her doing Energizer.
I will try to find a commercial and
That would be fun. Please post it.
Yeah.
I'll put it here.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So Buddy, the golden retriever from the original Air Bud,
Yeah.
also played Comet on Full House.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I didn't know
And
that.
he was originally found as a stray in Nevada, and the owner taught him how to play basketball, baseball, football, soccer, and hockey.
That's
so he was a
amazing.
stray dog in Nevada.
So
And
so Full House was before Air Bud?
Yes.
have no idea.
Yes.
look at her. She's like, I have no idea.
I don't know. I
I've
wrote
never
down
seen
the
an Air
fact.
Bud film because it was like
Well, it was like when my
They
when my
had a soccer
siblings
one
were
then.
Yeah.
younger.
Like,
so
yeah, I watched
was-
them growing up most.
right because you're
Yeah.
a child like
yeah, you.
Jestina.
I was gonna say like when my siblings were younger, so I would have been like your
Steph and I
mother.
were old and doing cocaine
sister.
by then. It was just like
True story. True story.
All right. So fun fact, Buddy got around. Well done. So the cost of a Super Bowl ad in 1989, what do you believe that may have been?
In 1989,
Correct.
a cost of a Super Bowl ad.
Caleb, will you look up how much it is today? I forgot to do that.
With,
I-
I
made a
would
spot
say
for it.
it would probably be. Can I give a range?
You can, yes. I will.
I
allow
would
it.
say somewhere between $750,000 to $1 million.
I will go with 38K.
Jesus. Okay. Well, you're way wrong. It was $675,000.
Okay.
So I was close.
You
Yeah.
were close. I
For
was
a
close.
Super Bowl ad in 1989.
ain't that cheap compared to the 2021 was about 5.6 million.
Yeah. I know what.
Think-
Can you imagine how many? Oh man.
Yeah, I knew how much today's was, so I'm sitting here like I knew that they were
Well,
pretty pricey back
The
then.
Cult
so
Movie
it's-
Cantina will not be on the Super Bowl ads.
No, this is where you like strategically just find a way to get yourself in the
Right.
background in the stands.
Right.
Didn't it make you wonder how, we have that local attorney that gets in the Super Bowl, those Super Bowl commercials every year that does one.
All right.
I think
so-
those are local channels, and he's probably paying high for
Yeah.
our local
Yeah,
Oh,
so
local
they're,
channels
they're,
only.
they're national. So these are for the national commercials, and then there's so many local ad space, and they're higher, but you can do So,
Oh, okay.
so-
'Cause
So
he
it only
does one
plays in
every
this
year, and they're
area.
pretty funny.
yeah. So David J. Mahoney.
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
Yep.
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that guy. That guy.
We should get him on the podcast.
I would
my
love to get
gosh.
him on the podcast.
I would just like to talk with him.
Just get him on a cult.
to hear
we'll
how
find
he
a cult legal
speaks.
movie. We'll put him on there.
He's so.
Ask for his legal advice.
Right.
Can it be legally blonde, please?
Totally.
He cracks me up because, he's got to be a decent enough attorney to have such a big business.
I bet you like Johnny or Uncle Henry know him, or
Right,
know,
right.
We can get.
We need to reach out to our
himself
followers.
got busted for a DUI, and that used to be his big spiel.
Yeah.
You know.
But he got himself out of it, so he never.
He did. He got
So
himself-
obviously he's so good he can get himself out of a DUI. What can he do for you?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the best advertising.
I got myself out of trouble. Come see me.
I mean, I would be tempted to hire him. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so we're going to shift it a little bit. What do you think the most popular gifts for Christmas were in 1989?
My Little Pony.
Or
No,
gifts or toys.
both. Like it was
Okay.
just like
Okay.
most popular type of toy gifts.
I'm trying to think. 89. Like the boys were. I would say what was big, like the Nintendo. What was the Game Boy?
Game
That
Boy.
is actually
yeah.
one
Yeah.
of the four.
I had
Nintendo Game Boy.
Yeah, Game
It was
Boy.
like what did my boys? What did I buy my boys? that year?
What did Game Boy come with when you bought it?
Or no. Or no,
When
like,
I
but
bought
my
it,
boys weren't
whoa.
even born then. So that would have been what I was buying for myself in 89. I'm like, hold on. I didn't even have kids in 89.
Is that the cocaine we were doing talking?
It was. Do you know, I spilled powdered sugar in my car today, and I looked down, and I'm like, oh, what if?
I for years I've always wanted, and I'll never do it, but I always wanted to pack powdered sugar in bags and like wrap it like cocaine and just keep it in my trunk in case I ever get pulled over.
And you'd be like, that's not what it looks like.
And I'll be like,
And they're
exactly
That's what they all say.
I'll be like, exactly what it looks like. Powdered sugar in a It's just there's
That's
a guy
hilarious.
and I tell you why I won't do it, because there's a guy who got busted for meth in Florida a few years back, and it wasn't that he had meth, it was the glaze from a donut, and the test came out wrong.
Oh my gosh.
But he went to jail for meth because the test came back twice,
Right.
and then they sent it off, and it's like, no, it's glazed. But it
what
like
kind of test are you running that you get the donut coming back as like meth?
because it's incompetence in Florida, but it financially ruined him
Yeah.
because like the court costs, because he doesn't get any of that back
Yeah.
because our system's rigged that way. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't play that kind of joke.
No.
But it'd be funny.
It would be funny.
So let's see.
So, but the
there's
Game
three
Boy.
more that I've written down.
Okay, so
yes.
hold on. Now I have to remember, in 89, I was still in high school, for God's sakes.
Holiday Barbie.
There's no Barbie. If it helps, two more of them are some sort of video type game.
Yeah, I'm sure
thing.
they are.
And one of them is more feminine, but not Barbie.
Not a lady game, huh?
It's not necessarily like a specific like holiday Barbie. It's like a
Right.
thing.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
A holiday.
Caleb,
I'm thinking I can't.
What
think
is
of-
the other? So I said Game Boy, but was it? What do you guys play that Super Mario on? Was that a Nintendo?
Was it
Nintendo.
the? Was
Okay,
it
so
the?
not that.
Wow, you
Okay.
sound like a grandma now.
What did you say?
I was about.
Well, I
to-
never played
I was
it.
gonna say the Super Nintendo, but
No,
But the Super Nintendo I think is released after the Game Boy.
I don't
right?
think. I don't think the
I think
Super
it's-
Nintendo was in '89.
Yeah, I think it's 91. I think it's 1991.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because we got
remember
one when
my-
I was like 5, and it was like a big
Okay, so-
deal.
yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah.
So it was
it's-
long enough for it to be like expensive and then cheap enough for us.
Because
to
I got an NES and I got an NES in '89. I got
Okay.
Game Boy in '90.
I had a friend who had a game
Or
system when I was in
98.
high school, and she would play things like.
Was
I wanna say
it by
she had
chance
Super Mario?
Was it the Sega
the
Genesis?
Sega Genesis?
That's
Yeah.
what it was. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The
I had to
Genesis.
think, which one was it? Like I had a friend.
Okay, so there's two more things. What is it called when you can pack your car really well by getting odd-shaped things all in it and closing it?
Tetris.
Yes.
But see, Tetris came with Game Boy.
Well, I don't know. It's on here as a separate
So
thing.
so when
It's
you
probably just
that's
a
why I
game.
asked. I asked. So like when you bought the Game Boy, it came with Tetris.
Oh, so I didn't hear that. I'm so sorry.
There
I
you
missed
go.
that.
Yeah.
So Tetris is another
Yeah,
one.
Tetris was the bomb.
Now,
So what's the lady thing?
the last thing was the thing that I had as a kid, which was like my favorite toy. And it was tiny, and I had a little tiny person that I could play with. And
Polly
it had
Pocket?
Pocket? Polly Pocket.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I won, and it was like this big, and it was a shell, and I had one person, and that was it, and I was so happy. And my kids now have like a plethora of little toys, and
Yeah,
they're like,
because
I don't have a cat yet, so I can't play with these.
your Penny likes Shopkins, right?
Penny likes little things so much that she makes little paper crafts that are small. So for Christmas, I'm no joke. For Christmas, we're gonna get her a whole clay modeling set,
Right.
so that she can make all of her own little miniature things.
Oh,
Like
that's
she is like
adorable.
fascinated with
She
small
likes
things.
little small things.
So she makes them. Like she will make like a little chair out of paper and like a little book, and she's like, "Look, it's a little book." And I'm like, "Wait, cool." But then again, I was all like, "Look, it's a little Polly Pocket. I can just close it and take her everywhere I want to go."
How cute.
Yeah. So those were the top toys.
Sweet.
I hadn't written this down previously, but I decided I was going to start because I really like Broadway. So the Broadway show of 1989. Are you guys familiar enough to guess? Do you want me to tell you?
I would say Phantom of the Opera.
No.
I would've said
It was a musical.
yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
No, I know. You're on the right track.
Because it came out in the 80s, I thought.
I think Phantom came out in like 87 or 88.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the 80s when it was.
And Cats was still running, so Cats probably was still the number one.
It's not necessarily number one. It was like just like the
The new
Broadway
one?
show. Yeah.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah.
It was Grand Hall. And it first came out November 12th of 89 and went until April 25th of 92.
I've never even heard of that.
No, I
hadn't
hadn't
either.
No.
I thought it was interesting. I was like, every time I did the research, I was like, oh, I'm going to write down certain things. And this time I was like, you know what? I'm going to add that.
That's cool.
That is cool.
All right. Most popular TV shows. Some of these are repeats.
'Kay.
I have the top 10. Would you like me to tell you, or would you guys like to play the guessing game?
Tell
Usually
us
I
the
do
repeat.
5.
Go tell us a repeat.
Tell us the repeats, so we don't guess.
I don't know if they're in the same order, though.
That's fine.
Okay, number 1, The Cosby Show.
Yep.
Is still number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, Roseanne. Still number 2. This one's a little different because in 89, number 3 is Cheers. And, or excuse me, in 89, number 3 is Cheers. And number 4 is A Different World. But in 87, it was A Different World and then Cheers.
Okay.
So Cheers went up one.
Yeah, because of Lisa Bonet had left the show,
Oh, okay.
and so that hurt ratings. But it was still a good show. But
And then the only other one I wrote down for 87, because I did only 5, was 60 Minutes, and that dropped all the way to 7. So we have a new number 5, which is America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh, I remember that show.
And then I'm going to leave the last 5 for you to guess. So we know for sure number 7 is 60 Minutes. So we've got 6, 8, 9, and 10. What do you think? One of these we've had before, and it was on ABC.
I don't know the station, so
I usually
Monday
say
Night
it because
Football.
I know.
that's
Yeah.
correct, and that was number 10. Because he does. He's
Yeah.
like Rain Man.
Yeah.
He's like, NBC, I know all the NBCs.
I know.
if you can tell me networks, is a lot easier.
Okay. Number 6 was NBC.
Alf.
It was not Alf. Alf is not listed in these. It stars some of our favorite friends. One of them is still living, and everybody wants to put them in bubble wrap.
Oh, Betty White Golden Girls.
Golden Girls. Oh,
Correct.
she's the Highlander.
She's the Highlander.
Yeah.
All right. Number
Caleb
8.
liked that joke.
That was number 6. So they were numbers. It must have recently come out because they weren't even listed at all in 87. I don't know when
I
that
think
started.
I think the show started 89.
So we've got 6 is the Golden Girls. 7 is 60 Minutes. Number 8 is an ABC show.
You go, Rain Man.
Come on, Rayman.
Life goes on.
That is not correct.
That
Not
was
so
in
much
the
about
90s.
life as it is about years.
Wonder Years.
That is correct.
Okay.
Nice. Look at that.
All right.
I should have went with that one. It was on my list.
Number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, we have 10 is the Monday Night Football.
Right.
So
Okay.
number 9 is the last one we're missing. NBC.
Was it some wrestling show?
And I want to say
was-
Night Court, but I know it's not Night Court.
I'm going to say no, but I don't know it. So if it ends up being a wrestling show, I'm going to feel like a liar. But I don't think so.
Okay.
Wings.
What's funny is wings are involved if you think of it in a metaphor as
Touched
birds.
by an Angel?
Nope.
Not CBS.
Oh.
When your little kids leave, you are...
The Full House. No, Empty Nest.
Empty Nest is
I remember
correct.
that.
All right, so Golden Girls must have been a year before then, because
Yeah.
Empty Nest
Is
is
a
a
spinoff.
spinoff. So.
Spin-off of Golden Girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
were number 9.
Do you know what the third spinoff was?
There are multiple
There's only
spin-offs?
4 spinoffs, but
No.
three of them were on one same network.
Uh-uh.
So Golden Girls and Empty Nest is because
Right.
it's
I knew Empty Nest.
because it's Empty Nest is the neighbor.
Right.
Well, the neighbor was a doctor, and so they had nurses.
I've never heard of nurses.
Yeah, nurses.
Ah.
It's the third.
What is the fourth?
Golden Palace. When B. Arthur left the show and it left NBC, they went to CBS and opened. It was the three of them left, and they had opened this hotel.
Oh.
I have not seen
It's
any of
lasted
those.
it lasted a season or two, I think.
Empty Nest.
Oh, and it's got Don Cheadle.
Yeah, Don Cheadle.
I watched because it had, was it Christy McNichol?
Yeah.
That was in it, and I liked her because I remember one of my favorite movies that back in the day, the pirate movie. She was in that. I loved the pirate movie. Do you remember that one?
It's called The Pirate Movie?
Yeah, it's a musical. Back in the day, it had her and the blonde-haired guy that was on the Blue Lagoon, and it was a musical, and it was based on the Pirates of Penzance.
Oh, cool.
But it was really good. It was
Cool.
called The Pirate Movie. Look it up. It's fantastic.
I'm planning to go to West Virginia in November.
Right.
And while I'm there, I'm going to try to interview a friend of mine, Matt Browning, who wrote the definitive guide on the Golden Girls, and he's a diehard Empty Nest fan.
Oh, wow.
Really?
So I'm going to talk to him all about all this stuff.
Yeah.
So
That's fun.
That should be coming soon.
Well, ask him about the
I
pirate
have
movie.
heard
I will.
that like the Golden Girls is something I should watch. I have yet to do
You'd
it.
like it. If you've
I've
ever seen
watched
it,
a couple of episodes.
You'd like-
It's okay.
It's funny.
It's fun.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may pick
I
it up.
think you'll
See.
you'll enjoy it.
All
You'll
right.
enjoy it more than she would.
Probably.
Like if she'd never
It
seen
sounds
the
like it's
Golden
not
Girls,
as
I'd be
dark,
like,
but everybody's really
yeah.
sassy, from my understanding.
Right there,
Yeah.
it's a very
But
sassy,
sassy
show.
old
Lots of
ladies?
Yeah.
cheesecake, lots of cheesecake in the show.
That's
Okay.
right.
Now I
ran
have.
into it real quick. Ran into my ex-wife when we all went to go see. It was Candyman when we all went to see,
Uh-huh.
and my ex-wife was dressed up as a Golden Girl to go see Golden Girls on the big screen. That Fathom had a special event, so
Oh,
I literally
really?
ran into her like
hit her like you didn't. You're like, oh my bad,
no,
excuse
no,
me.
she was in front of the line when we were getting tickets. and
Excuse
stuff.
me, little
she
lady.
turned around and she was dressed as I think she was dressed as Blanche. And because I didn't recognize her, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, look, it's my ex-wife."
Because I'm gonna start watching it, and then I want us all to talk about who we would be in the Golden Girls. I
I
want to
can
call
already
Betty
tell you
White,
who I
but
would
I
be.
don't know because I don't know her
There's
character.
4 of us here.
I was going to say, who do you
Yeah.
think I would be? One guess.
Blanche.
No. Wait, yeah.
Yes.
I would. I would be Blanche.
You like sex and drinking.
Yeah. I would totally be Blanche. Blanche is
Okay,
a
so who do you think I would be?
Rose.
Rose.
Who's Rose?
It's Betty White.
Okay. Yes. I'm gonna live. to be
Caleb,
so
you're stuck
old.
with being Sophia because I'm
Yeah.
I'm definitely the B. Arthur of our
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm gonna watch it now.
I feel like we need to dress as our
No,
characters now.
I don't want to dress like B. Arthur.
You put yourself in that position,
Yes, you
Scotty.
did.
You could have been Sophia.
I don't want to dress like Sophia either.
No, wait a minute. I have seen you wear
Sicily-
dress
I-
more than one
one
time.
I have dressed him in a dress more than one time.
So I don't think
I will
that
bring it.
We should totally.
Because she doesn't wear dress. She wears more like pantsuits. It's just
So
Yeah.
it works for you.
So wear a lady's pantsuit. It'll be fine.
All right. So I have a question specifically for Stephanie.
Okay.
All right.
Who do you think the leading men and Hollywood hunks of 1989 were?
1989 Tom Selleck.
Nope.
No?
Oh, earlier.
Okay, he was earlier. Okay, 1989 leading hunks. What year did Thelma and Louise come out?
Oh, Brad Pitt would be there. That'd be 91.
Okay, he'd be a
Brad Pitt,
baby.
no one knew.
Well, I'm trying to think. Okay, hold on. George Clooney.
Nope.
Before his time too.
Wow,
Yep.
jeez.
The only thing he had done was a couple episodes of Roseanne. He was on the CBS version of ER.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
Just Scotty's over here like, this is wrong because of all these 500 reasons I know.
I'm sorry. I know
that's good.
Stupid things. It is.
That's
Okay.
fun. That's what we have you here for, buddy.
Okay, okay.
Do you want some form of a hint?
No.
Okay.
I'm
Let me
trying
know.
to think of who I liked.
If
back
she doesn't get
then.
it, do I get to guess?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
guess if she doesn't get it. You can tag a friend if you need.
I will tag a friend.
But let her.
Hold on.
It's over there.
It's
Calm
killing me,
down, man.
It's
Calm
killing
down.
me, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tag a friend.
Tom Cruise.
Nope. Only Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise crazy.
That's
He
true.
was still young.
Yeah, but he had done a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Then my next guess would be Mel Gibson.
No.
Ooh.
Jesus. Okay, hold on. Oh. Bruce Willis.
No.
Richard Gere.
No.
Wow. What?
Tag
Okay,
another friend.
Hold on.
I'm-
Don't look it up.
I'm trying to
Val
figure where
Kilmer.
you even
No.
got this list from.
I came from the same place as all these other facts come
Okay,
from.
hold on.
Okay.
Kirk Cameron.
No.
Oh, I was
Mm-mm.
reaching.
Okay, so
John Stamos.
Okay.
that is the right name, but the wrong person. the right first name.
John.
And there's 2, and they both have a John in them.
Oh.
John Cougar Mellencamp.
I don't even
No.
know who that is, and it sounds like a song.
Okay.
Like John Jingle.
I'm trying to think of what Johns are good looking.
From 89, mind you.
I know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I give
I'm
up.
good.
I'm not happy with either one of you right
I'm-
now
I'm
because
just-
neither one of you is going to throw down Johnny Depp. Neither one of
Johnny
you was going to throw
Depp.
down Johnny
Oh.
Depp.
So I thought about it, and then I was
He
trying to
was
think. I was
young
trying to
and
think.
hot then.
I was trying to think where 21 Jump Street fell in this.
Yes.
And
That would
I
definitely.
should have
be-
known because
Yeah.
it did launch in '87 when Fox launched. It was one of the launch titles.
I am ashamed of myself.
Because then it could have been like Richard Gere too. Richard,
what's the other John?
Not Richard Grieco. Because remember,
Yeah.
there was
Yeah.
like
Right.
he was super hot and all the chicks liked him too.
Johnny Depp. Okay, so wasn't John's name Johnny Depp? It was
John T.
John.
John T.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Do you know?
I like Caleb's thinking
No.
face.
John with a T and for the last name.
I don't know. Hell, if
I even knew both of these.
Really? Oh wait! Hold on.
Nope.
Did you know them, or do you read them and went, I know who they are?
Oh no, I know who they like. I know that. Like I am actually familiar with both of these.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Okay.
So it's
not like you knew like they were the hottest guys
Is
in
the,
'89.
is the
I
John
was born in '89. I have no idea who the
is the
hottest guy.
John T still good looking?
I don't know. Like he's older. Obviously, he's older. Travolta.
oh.
John
really?
Travolta was
Ew.
one of. I don't know
never
which
found
one
him
was a
attractive.
leading man
What?
and which one was a hunk, but they
See-
were both listed.
John Travolta. No, I
Hey,
guess.
Caleb,
Pulp
look up
Fiction-
when Look Who's Talking came out. Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what was Travolta in the late '80s. Like he had a
Because he was big in the 70s and
and
then
in
he
early
kind of
'80s,
dropped.
and then he had a drop, and then
He
then,
dropped,
and, but
and
he
then
did the 3 Look Who's Talking movies, and then he did Pulp Fiction, which launched
Right, but
relaunched.
Tom
so
Selleck was in
Look
the Look
Who's
Who's
Talking
Talking.
actually came out right in '89.
Oh, so there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I'm shocked Tom
And this is
Selleck
why we
wasn't
have
in
you
it
around.
then.
Right, because I may not know the answer, but I can figure out how we got there.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that, but it was because of this movie. And
Yeah.
well done. I have a question for you, Scotty.
Yes.
You may also tag a friend, but this one's kind of I don't know. You may know it because it's a weird random fact. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out a way to ask you without telling you.
Okay.
This is an actress
Mm-hmm.
who is a celebrity murder. Okay, in '89, who was killed by a stalker who got her address from.
I can't think of her name, but she was on My Sister Sam.
Oh my gosh, you were so good. Yes. So a stalker who got her address from California's DMV.
Yeah,
Okay.
she sure did.
And that is now why private info is no longer available from them.
Absolutely, and like
And she was a star of TV's My Sister Sam. And her first name starts with an R and her last name starts with an S.
I won't remember it, but I know she was on My Sister.
Rebecca Schaefer.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, good.
so-
Remember.
So I was like, I'm going to have a question for both of them. But you were like, I know exactly who it is, but not her name.
Right.
Boom.
yeah, like I can see her picture and everything. You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, so now I have a question for both of you.
All right.
All right.
I love questions.
All arcade games imported into North America from 1989 to the 2000s had the following FBI slogan. What is it?
Say no to drugs.
It has to do with drugs. And it is 4 words long, but it is not that.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Okay.
Stop
That is also not right.
drug
Oh.
trafficking now.
Think about an arcade game. What do you want to do on that?
Play.
Play it.
And win.
Play and win.
Yeah, so winners don't do drugs.
Oh, winners.
Oh, winners
Yeah.
don't do drugs.
Oh.
So that was the
Screw you,
FBI
yeah.
slogan from 89 to 2000. I don't know what their slogan is now, but it's no
Maybe
longer
that's
that,
why I never
apparently.
played video games.
You are too busy doing cocaine.
Game.
And winning still because
Still
apparently
winning.
you can win and don't do drugs.
Don't do.
We're not encouraging that behavior, but you know. Anyway,
You can bring it.
and
me,
now
though.
to wrap it all up, the most popular board game of 1989. Any guesses?
Risk.
No.
It's my favorite. I'm gonna pick that every time.
Monopolies.
We'll get there one year. No. Although, Derby wife also guessed that and was also incorrect. So you guys are together and you're incorrect.
We're wrong together.
Okay, let's say it's going to be Clue.
It is not. Although I would love if it was Clue because I love that game. It was the year I was born.
Have you seen the movie?
I have.
Okay.
Such a good movie. Life.
No. I love Life too. No. I don't even know when that one came out.
Yeah.
Scotty, do you?
No, I've already guessed.
No, I do know when Life came out.
Oh, when Life came out, I think in
Early.
the 70s.
Okay, I didn't know if it was that long or if it was
I remember
later.
playing it as a kid.
Okay, that's fun. So I'm going to tell you, and I own this game, but have never played it. It's Taboo.
Oh.
So similar to the game
I have that.
If you own it-
Catchphrase, I should bring it.
We should play it next week. Just
I'll
like that.
bring it
I
with
have
us.
it. Yeah, it's fun.
It's like one of those
Bring
I
yours.
have. I have no idea where I got it
We'll
or
play
why I
Taboo
have
next
it.
week. We have a cult
but
meeting.
I have it.
That'd be something we can play.
All right, so similar to the game Catchphrase, Parker Brothers Taboo is a word guessing game. Players must help a partner successfully guess a word drawn from a card, but without using the word itself or 5 forbidden taboo words. Oh, there it is. Famously, the game features a buzzer used when a team catches their opponent using one of the taboo words.
There you go.
So I guess we'll play. We'll play next
Yeah.
week. There's 4 of us.
All
We
right.
can do that.
So, Taboo is the most popular game of the year I was born. Not anything fun like Clue or Life or.
Well, thank you so much for your fun facts.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Whoop. Are you ready for a sermon?
Let's get ready to rumble.
I think we have to pay that guy money now.
I'm sorry. Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Rumble in the Bronx.
There you go. Good save. Good save.
Okay.
Brothers and sisters, gather round. So, we are in Puritan times, and this one Puritan village has a tower where they caught a warlock with great hair and decided to tie him up by his toes. I had questions. I don't know. The town's religious folks are all like, "We're gonna burn you on a basket of kittens."
I was very upset about that, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, I got a text from her, and it was like,
Basket, burn you in a basket of live kittens? What?
It's like they had to look at him and be like, "You're too old, cat. Run along." That's the younger.
right. While the witch hunter Giles Redfern is going to watch. But you know what? The warlock's tight with Satan, and he's going to go use his warp whistle because he's going to warp whistle his main man to the future circa 1988. Oh, and also Redfern gets to go along too. Yay! The warlock crashes into the home of the fabulous Chaz and his best roomie Cassandra with a K. They help him to bed because, well, what else are you going to do? No one's going to call the cops at all.
Here's a stranger. We'll just
Different
put him to our
times.
bed.
Different times.
Cassandra with a K goes to work the next morning, and we spend a lot of time letting everyone know that she's diabetic and she doesn't want to get old.
I feel you.
2 things that may show up later in this movie.
I doubt it though.
No, not at
No.
all. Meanwhile, Warlock gets up and just straight up murders Chaz for his cool pinky ring, and then goes off looking for a spiritualist, which he finds. This lady who has a mystic bookshop and says she can commune with spirits. After a fake out, the Warlock dials 1-800-COLLECT and gets his main man on the line.
Not before saying, "I'll just wait for the real one." What? I'll just wait.
So the devil's like, "Dude, find my Bible and you can, be my only begotten son," which the Warlock is pretty down with. So he starts going looking for the books. After talking to the police, Cassandra with a K make sure we know how to spell her name throughout the
Right.
It's with a K, guys.
is getting her stuff and getting out of her dead landlord's house when she runs into Redfern, who is also looking for the Warlock, trying to find his blood. Uses a witch's compass to for the usual reasons. Except Cassandra with a K calls the cops, and then they taser Redfern, taking him away just in time for the Warlock to show up.
That seems legit.
Right?
Yeah.
I like that he was like, "I'm gonna go get them," and then they taser him, and his face is like, "I didn't expect that." That was fantastic.
Apparently, the first piece of the Bible was here all along. It was stored in an antique table. Cassandra with a K tries to escape, but has her bracelet stolen and is cursed to age 20 years every day. So now she bails Redfern out, which I have a question. How much is the bail on that? And did the cops not have questions?
Because she's like in her 20s. There's no way
She
she
ain't
would
got no
afford
money.
bail for that.
Right.
No.
She ain't got no money.
Or she just came in and dropped charges. That could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm sorry, my boyfriend and I were fighting. Let's drop their charges.
Yeah.
But she says she bailed him out, though.
Right.
She does say that.
Well, that could be like a.
She might put it on her card. She put everything else on
Yeah.
her card.
Yeah.
When you have
Except for that plane
car,
ticket.
Well, we'll get to there.
That was smooth.
So she bails Redfern out, and then together they have to find the Warlock before he gets the Bible, find God's name, undoes creation, and then they have to get Cassandra with the K's bracelet back before she dies of old age by the end of the week. We all got that, right?
Yep.
Also, witches hate salt.
Yeah.
I knew that.
That's why you salt the leather.
Moving on. Along the way, the Warlock meets an unbaptized child, murders him, and makes flying potion out of him.
They were hanging out, though. Like, I was like, oh, he found a friend.
That's what I thought too. It's
like
like
in that movie we saw, Con Air.
Right.
That I thought was Top
my
Gun.
thing was, it's like, look at this little heathen child, and I'm like, seriously, this little heathen child, he don't go to church, and his family doesn't like the church, and I'm like, he's going to be like a mini Warlock. It'll be great. Didn't happen that
I thought
way.
they were going to just hang out, and then you were going to see him at the end, like, waving at a plane. But no. That dude just ate him up.
Nope.
Sorry,
They
continue.
just killed him.
Well, they just had to take his fat and render the fat
all.
to make the flying
Jeez
potion.
Louise.
He just and murder.
Sometimes you got to fly, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
it takes a kid. It's fine.
Yeah, murders him, makes flying potion out of him. Things they did not teach you at Hogsworth.
Fun fact, I was going to make a cocktail called Flying Potion, and it was going to be gross, and I decided not to.
Oh, wait till we talk about the flying potion and the fun facts. Our heroes find a Mennonite family who has placed a hex sign on their barn because witches signs all around.
He just knows, too.
Horse sweating in the morning, cream turning sour, that sort of thing. They find the Warlock in the attic, and he's found the second part of the Bible. They attack the Warlock, injuring him with a weather vane thrown like a javelin. But while shackling his toes, the Mennonite fellow gets cursed and the Warlock escapes while Redfern has to go deal with the cursed guy. Cassandra with a K goes chasing the Warlock and ends up retrieving her bracelet and becoming young again. Yay!
Bye. Now she left.
The Warlock is headed to Boston to get the last piece, and Cassandra with a K and Redfern have to go as well. After a pre-9/11 check-in and boarding, they can... It's the only way to describe that. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
They go to Boston with the Warlock, who was also snuck aboard as cargo. In Boston, they find the last piece in a cemetery, which is a good thing since witches can't go on consecrated ground. Except they pulled a poltergeist and moved the bodies, so not all the ground is consecrated. And of course, the body with the Bible in it is the one that's has to put in a new change of address form. Yeah. I like that joke too, Caleb. Fight ensues, and Warlock manages to subdue Redfern and get all three parts of the Bible. He gets the true name of God, which I was surprised wasn't Steve. And before he can undo creation, Cassandra with a K stabs the Warlock with her insulin needles full of salt water. Yay! Everyone wins. Redfern returns to his time, and Cassandra with a K buries the Bible in the Bonneville Salt Flats in West Utah. Credits.
Now, I have a question about that whole end scene.
I have questions about a lot of this movie.
I get witches don't like salt, and that's fine. But why wouldn't she take the Bible and actually bury it on hallowed ground, like in a church, like with Prince of Darkness with the lava lamp?
Well, because apparently there's still a risk of it being removed from.
Right, and you can always move a church.
Land moved.
Move a church though?
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, if it gets condemned and they got to open a new church, they
Well,
just go and
I
open
guess.
a new
Burned
church.
out.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Point.
but you can't.
Got to make room for condos.
Okay, so you know what I would do? I would have flown with it to the Vatican. That Vatican
that
is not
doesn't
going to be
move.
moved.
Yeah, but there's evil people in the Vatican. Do you want evil people to have the name of God so they can undo creation? It'd be like it's Steve because it's
Yeah, that's
also
true.
like what is his goal with that? Because he's not going to win if he does that.
You talking about the bad guy, Warlock?
yeah.
He's going to be the unbegotten son.
He
like-
wanted to be the son
But
of the
you
devil.
really think he's going to hold up that end of the deal?
People, when they want power, don't pay attention to details. They're just like, I just want the power. I get the power. Okay, I'll get you the Bible.
Because he is part of creation.
right. Like the devil's like, yeah, you can be my son. When you don't exist, it doesn't matter. I want to talk about how terrible Cassandra with a K is.
Did you ever, first of all, she was quite terrible, and her outfit choice the whole time was awful. But did you ever go, Cassandra,
No, I
They
did
did
not.
everything that
No,
with
no,
the K.
no, I didn't.
Cassandra.
No, because all I want to do was keep calling her Cassandra with a K. This is the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Well, that's all she called herself.
Right. I'm Cassandra with a K. Also, lived in the 80s. I didn't ever see anyone dressed like that.
No.
What's really sad is I do see people dressed like that now. Now. Like, I saw that and I was like, that is a popular choice now.
She was ahead of her time.
Tights, skirt up your body, and then like a crop top.
Was that a wig?
It had to have
I
been a
think
wig.
it was because we discussed it several times that had to be a wig.
It
'cause
had
was
to be a
awful.
wig.
Right. It's like
It was so bad.
who would do that hairstyle? Just
On purpose. What stylist would be like, no, she looks good for set. Send her on out. She's fine.
Especially with her roommate. You think her roommate would have been like, no.
Not the gay best friend. Nope. I'm surprised that she dressed the way she did with the gay best friend, is all I'm saying.
he's just like, you gonna live your best life.
He probably tried to talk to her and she was like, I'm Cassandra with a K. Okay, girl.
Those earrings
good.
alone.
You good. So my favorite part of that whole thing was the airplane scene where she was like, you can't take that. And then what does he do? Walk up on the airplane and give the flight attendant his weather vane and then sat down like no big deal and then got it when he got off.
She's like, it's a family heirloom.
Yeah.
And then the stewardess is like, no problem.
Yeah.
But like she
"I don't
told
care."
him like in the airport, she's like, you can't go with that.
Yeah.
It can't come with
But
us.
like there was no
Just
problem
keep
up
it.
until that point. And
Yep.
even then, like, you know it's pre 9/11 with the knife, the
And then like they
The
go to
whip.
light the cigarette and it's like that he's like, there's a bad guy on here. And the whole time all I'm thinking is like, this is before.
So I saw the guy light the cigarette up, and I looked up when was like smoking allowed on plane. I thought they were not allowed by then.
When was it?
They started in like 87 on like short flights, and longer flights you could smoke until like 94.
Really?
On planes.
Wow.
International flights you could smoke until like 94.
Well,
and then-
like
That's
a
weird.
20-hour flight
I've been
sometimes.
flying since I was a kid, so I've been flying since the 70s, but I don't.
Do you remember people smoking on the plane?
I want to say I do. I want to say that, but they had section, like in the 70s, I don't remember much about flying, but when I started flying again, like in the 80s and everything, I remember, I think there were sections, just like in
Like a
restaurants.
kind of like restaurants were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a smoking or non-smoking.
Yeah, I think it was. Now that
I
think
remember
about it.
hearing that so often as a kid. It's like smoking or non-smoking.
And now
Right,
yeah.
you can't smoke at all in a restaurant. It's just gone.
Thank
some
God.
bars you can't
Yeah.
even smoke in.
Right.
Yeah.
Some bars. I mean, it just depends on the state.
Yeah.
Smoke outside.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, some like they encourage you just to go
Yeah,
outside.
go
but
outside. Yeah.
I remember hearing that as a kid though, smoking or non-smoking.
Which is ridiculous because if you're sitting next to the smoking section, you're
Right.
supposed to
Yeah,
smoke.
it's-
And there was
And I
nothing different. It
And
was
I
just
think
like-
that's why they kind of got rid of that because
Right.
they realized, oh, that's not doing
And
anything.
they just got they just got rid of it like in the last like 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't
Right.
been long. I mean, in fairness, I remember that.
Right.
So
Right.
I was old enough to actually be going out, and we were
Mhm.
not with money when I was young. So
It's just not,
it's a newer thing.
I don't know. Like, I don't have a lot of friends that smoke anymore. Like, it's not as big of a thing.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean,
I
know
have
people.
most
I
of my
used to when-
family does still.
Yeah.
Like my brothers do.
Yeah.
All of my brothers, except for Nathan. He's the only one that doesn't
Yeah.
that I know of. But the rest of them smoke. So every time I'm at any sort of family gathering, my dad quit for a brief period and started smoking again. My mom smoked.
Yeah, Dad still smokes. Mom
Yeah.
smoked, but she stopped.
I
My
mean,
mom
I
smokes,
encourage
but-
everybody to stop.
I mean, plus smoking is kind of an older person thing.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
now
more
it's
older.
vaping. Like I know a lot of
Yeah.
people who vape instead of smoke.
I guess.
I suppose. Speaking of smoking, to like a random fact, my friend Megan lives in San Diego, California, and she recently
Hello,
came in
Megan.
town. Yeah, and we were talking about cigarettes because I still have friends that smoke. So when I went to visit her, we went outside because a couple of them were smoking, and she was saying that they have gotten to a place where they've almost banned. Like they no longer sell menthol cigarettes
Yeah.
Yeah.
in California. I didn't know if you guys knew about it, but the idea is there's a higher majority of African Americans that smoke menthols, and it causes a different reaction in them than it does others. So their idea of getting rid of menthol cigarettes is they will have less health issues, and it would help the health costs of the state. That is the mindset behind it.
I will say I've heard a lot of commercials talk, specifically targeting menthol cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never smoked a cigarette, so
Really?
not a cigarette.
Ever, not one.
We'll just leave it with that.
I
Not-
was never a smoker. However, I have smoked a cigarette. I've smoked a few, but I never bought any for myself, and so
I didn't buy any for
advanced.
myself, but I did as well, and I'm like hardcore against them. But it was my first divorce. One of the things that he did was like he was smoking when
They
he was at
just
work and not
smell
telling me,
bad
and
to
like
me.
when it found out, I was like, if you can smoke, I can smoke, and that's how my parents found out. They're like, what's going on? Like, you don't do that, and I was like,
I mean-
I don't know.
I've definitely,
I did it incorrectly. If it helps,
smoked more herbal things, and I've definitely smoked hookah. But not
Cigars.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
I've smoked cigars,
Yeah, but just not cigarettes.
just not a cigarette.
Anyway, so that's the
My mother used to
mindset.
smoke
Yeah.
those Virginia Slims.
Oh god.
I had an aunt that smoked those.
Yeah, the ladies' cigarette.
I'm just saying, like, if I ever got into smoking, which is not going to happen, but I would have one of those fancy, like, stem things to keep it off my fingers and have, like, the thinnest, fanciest cigarette in it. And I would just be, like, super fancy, get my lipstick stain all over it. It's fine. Actually, at this time of age, you can just stain your lips. It will get on nothing. Okay.
Caleb,
That's
you ever smoked?
hilarious.
Nope, never smoked.
Don't do it.
Just drink. That's it.
Have you ever smoked anything?
Nope.
Oh. Might have to fix that.
Yeah.
Don't. It's not worth it. One time. One time.
Everyone at least should do it once.
Yeah.
It
For
was
sure.
the dumbest I ever felt in my whole life. I would never
Well,
do
you're
it again.
supposed to.
Yeah.
No,
it's supposed
no.
It's supposed to let you.
I was awake enough to understand that I was being stupid, and I could not handle it. And never again. Like, the whole time I was like, I will never do this again. And
That's
then I walked
hilarious.
like a robot to the bathroom.
I have to get her some edibles.
Nope.
There you go. I just giggle a lot.
I do not.
Like so much to where I will like you do like the giggle cry where you laugh
You're
so
laughing
much.
so-
Yeah, that's
My family does that a lot. Like, all of us cry when we laugh.
This segment of the podcast is brought to you by the FBI.
Winners don't do drugs.
Full circle. Look at that. Callbacks. Back
That
to Warlock.
stopped in 2000, so we're good.
Yeah.
For
Back to-
20 years.
Back to Warlock.
okay then.
I will say this movie is dumb, but it's the good kind of dumb. I had so much fun watching
Yeah.
Oh.
it. You said you were going to struggle anyway through it. How well?
I did struggle through it. In fairness, I did watch it while also, like,
Doing
that
a million
was
other-
no. Actually, it wasn't like doing anything, like sitting down and doing it. It was we were trying to do it with Mackenzie, because Mackenzie told me, I was like, we're gonna watch Warlock with Mackenzie. Anytime I do anything with that kid, I have her. So my oldest is 14. She's very much a 14-year-old female. Okay, in all the ways you can think of. And I told her, I was like, we have to watch the podcast, or we have to watch the movie for the podcast. We're gonna watch it together because it's a like horror adventure.
And she
type.
likes horror.
Yeah. So I was like, we'll watch it together. We get home, and what does she do? I want to dye my hair. I am not dyeing your hair tonight, child, because I had we were gonna watch the movie, and then right at 8 I had a meeting for roller derby, like a Zoom meeting.
Right.
So I was like, we're not dyeing her hair tonight. So what does she do? Go in the bathroom and then come out halfway dyeing her own hair. And it was like she dyed it straight down. So like her hair is straight down, and she has the thickest hair I've ever seen. Like, I have had to teach her how to scrub her head to make sure she gets all the other hair. And I was just looking at her, and I was like, I did not want to do this tonight. So I'm in there like. So then I ended up like in the middle of the movie's playing. She never watched any of it. So we're watching. Derby wife and I are watching the movie as it's playing, as I'm like in there like, you've missed all of this section. And she used purple on top, and then she ran out because she has such thick hair. So then she got the pink and was like doing pink on the bottom.
Oh, I got to see a picture of this child's hair.
Oh my! And she's like, how long do I leave it in? Do I rinse it out? What do I do with it? I did not want to do this tonight. I was like, you can
school like that?
Yeah, these days, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It doesn't
But
matter.
it was one
Man.
of those pastel colors, so her hair doesn't take very well anyway, so it's not really there, but it's there enough to be like, okay, honey child.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my Warlock experience. Is I know a lot more about the beginning, and then the end was me like hopping in and out
Right.
because it's like, if you will wait, I have good dye where you mix it in a bowl, and I will properly dye your hair tomorrow. And she just squirted that shit all up on her head and was like, it's going to be great. And she kept coming out, and it was seriously like straight down. And I was like,
So, Derby wife, she made you watch this too? Oh, you seen it before? What'd you
Okay.
think? Derby wife's like, meh.
I was just really
Me and
proud of the
Jamie
fact
loved
that
it.
I got it backwards.
Yeah.
That I actually fake guessed what it was,
Right.
and it was backwards.
Right.
So the
pretty proud of that.
weirdest thing to me is those credits. The blue, like that color blue with the credits rolling on top.
Oh, see, I missed that.
Yeah.
I was
it's
doing
just
hair.
such a weird look for the credits.
What do you think? You liked it, but like
Yeah.
I liked it. Your perception is different when you're younger. So I remember it being a little scarier. Apparently I was a wuss back in the day or something.
like
Well, you're probably younger.
Maybe. Because, it was definitely not scary to me, but it was fun and entertaining. I enjoyed it
Yeah.
a lot.
So what I didn't touch on in the sermon, but it is kind of creepy. But the effect is terrible now. But it's like to find the pieces of the Bible. The Warlock uses the devil's eyes, which are the eyes from this the channeler he's using, and so it's creepy. These little claymation eyes that are.
Well, I mean, all of the things. Like at the very beginning, he made an omelet out of that guy's tongue.
Right, yeah.
He wanted the ring and just cut off somebody's finger. So the idea that someone could travel through time, show up with a goal, and still be like, "I want that."
Yeah, and
Summon me a spirit. Take your eyes. Like
he's kind of a dick through the
Yeah.
whole.
he is a dick, but like the thought of like someone taking your eyes can be quite scary.
And I was like, I'm not gay, but I'm kind of into this. I'm just like,
Goodness.
Like,
it's the hair, man.
like I bet if he just asked for that ring, he probably could have got it.
Well, he
'cause
couldn't get it off.
is that like a mood ring?
Yeah.
Like
No, he
it
said he
changes
couldn't-
colors.
said
Because
he
the guy
couldn't get
said he doesn't care about the ring anymore.
but he said he couldn't get it off because he broke his finger.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
He
and
broke
he's
his
like,
finger,
I will
so-
take it off for you and then eat your
Yeah.
tongue. Delicious.
I think effects wise, it's the flying for me that gets me.
Oh.
because you can see the highlight
Oh,
of the blue
like
and the
when,
green.
like when he's flying
Over
over the
the-
Mennonites'
yeah.
house. It's so bad.
He just
wow.
flies magically.
Yeah,
He's
'Cause you
magically
can-
delicious.
Like when he's
okay?
over the Mennonite farm, you can see the blue like glow
Right, and it's,
around
and
it.
it's not like
Yeah.
he's flying. It's like someone took After Effects before there was After Effects and just kind of moved him down with a mouse. So he's just like kind of bouncing in the air.
Right. But I'm trying to remember what other. So you, of course, you have to. They didn't have CGI.
No.
no,
They
no.
did, but then not for this budget.
Yeah. Well, you know what
Yeah.
I mean. So it's like they did what they could.
No, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm not knocking it for that. It's just fun
funny to look back on.
It's fun to point out.
For sure.
to see where we came from. You always come from somewhere.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And it would be really fascinating. It would be a fun game, like a TV show, is if they took like all of like the famous directors that make these super great CGI animated movies and make them make a movie without technology
right.
and see what they could come
Could
up
do-
with.
come do with it.
Like, how can you do that without technology?
Right.
And watch to see how well they can problem solve that. And you'd probably get the same quality.
That should be a game, like a
That should be a
reality
game.
show.
Yeah.
That would be really fun to watch.
Practical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because there was that one reality show where they were like make some short films in a week or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
It was like a Rodriguez show.
Yeah. It was on El Rey, right?
Yeah, it was on his network. Yeah, El Rey.
That would be really fun to watch, though. I would tune in for that.
For sure.
Yeah, I liked it. It's silly, and I will talk about. I saw the sequel, and afterwards I will talk about that before the show ends, because there's 2 sequels, and I watched one of them. And
Okay. I will probably not do it.
no, that's okay.
They weren't free on.
I'm so
Prime.
grateful this one
but-
was free.
But see, here's get this. Warlock. All 3 Warlocks are free right now on Tubi.
Oh, on Tubi.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I watch. Okay, so I tend to watch a lot of these movies with my friend Kisa, who's in Staten Island, and Kisa didn't have Prime, so I was like, we found it on Tubi. Here's what I found out about Tubi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
Tubi's a free service.
It-
and
yeah,
Okay.
it's
it's-
owned by.
I thought it was
It's
something
not
you paid
Sony.
for.
It's one,
No.
one of the companies owned. No. It's Disney. It's through Fox.
Yeah.
Fox owns it, so
Yeah.
it's a Disney
So,
thing.
yeah.
So it's a totally free service, and it has a ton of like just
It has some really good movies.
Yeah, a ton of stuff.
ton of movies. It's like I describe it this way: if Netflix is the Blockbuster of streaming services with like a Blockbuster video, the Tubi is that shady mom and pop video store
Yeah.
downtown that just like by a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, but it had like they've not updated films in like 10 years, but they've got all the like stuff that Blockbuster
That we're watching?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And so but the it's free, but the trade off is you have to watch it with ads. That's
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
they pay for it. Everything was
Which
ads.
is fine.
So I'm watching this with Kisa, and I find out the ad breaks are not in the same place for two people.
Oh my God.
So they're just random.
Yeah, they're just random, which makes no sense.
Put a break here. Put a break here.
So we're constantly. So this is how we watch Warlock. We watched it, and then I was like, and then I'd be like, all right, pause at this time because this is when I got ads. And then she would pause, and then we'd catch up, and then we'd watch, and then she would have to pause because I'd have to pause for her because I mean, it was crazy. It took like an extra half hour just to watch this damn.
I
movie.
love that you
God.
do this with your friends. That's
Well,
fantastic.
it's fun. I enjoy it. We talk, we do commentary back and forth. It's real fun because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's when I learned that ad breaks are not in the same spot, which I knew there wouldn't like.
That's
She's in New York,
bizarre.
so she has different ads than I get.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you still expect them to be at
In
the same
place.
point.
Yeah.
So
Like
Tubi
it would
work
be
on
if
that.
it
I
was
know.
on like a
Yeah.
network.
I know on like the TV show end of Tubi, it's at the same spots because they put them right where the TV show would have had it.
Oh, that's
You
cool.
almost have to,
Oh,
yeah,
so, like,
because it
that's
makes
good.
sense.
Because I watched like Blade the series on there since it was on there,
Yeah.
and every time like it would have been an ad break in the show, that's when the ad was.
Oh, okay.
Smart.
Do you guys, speaking of Blade the series, do you remember the vampire cop show Forever Night?
Yes.
I loved that show. I know you don't remember.
Okay, thank you. I said you guys, and I was like, I know you're talking to them too.
No.
No, boo boo.
We're
know you
trying to
don't.
be inclusive.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Forever
Thank you.
Night
I
was
do not,
amazing.
People.
I watched a couple episodes. I didn't follow it though, so
Yeah.
because it came on a weird time.
It was late, like whatever.
Let's get into our libation since you've got a bunch of stuff.
I'm
out
not
here.
mad about it.
Okay. I am making Warlock Punch.
Okay.
I haven't made a good punch in a while. So
oh,
I
since a
figured,
witch's brew?
No.
I was
she-
thinking a bucket.
You
the,
think
last, the last time she made a punch, she nearly killed me.
It was
Well-
the thing in a bucket. It was a sand
That-
bucket.
that I was terrible on purpose because that movie was so terrible.
So it was your fault. You deserved that.
She was punishing me. She was
punishing.
Return to Oz is.
That might be the reason why Scotty no longer drinks.
I was like, I'm done after this. I did all my drinking in that one bucket. I'm good.
Okay.
He's like, I'm good till about like 65. That
So
sounds about right.
the recipe for this, I did forget my little measuring thing, so I'm eyeballing this.
You're the
so-
lady of libations. You
so
don't
you're
need
welcome.
a jigger.
I really don't. I
Solo
don't
cups
use it at
technically
home.
are made for it. The bottom part is supposed to be a shot.
Right.
So you
right.
got this.
I got this.
Yeah.
So anyway, it does call for 2 ounces of spiced rum.
Do your best. I don't know if the Cub Scout motto is the best thing to throw in here, but here it is. But there it is.
Is that the Cub Scout mounter? Just
do your best. That's
just
their
do your
motto.
best.
Yeah.
I say it all the time now because I was like, we're just doing our best. So
No. Look, it's a great motto, but it just sounds like they didn't try real hard. Just like, we need a motto. Just to do your best. That's a good one. We'll
Yeah.
go with that.
yeah, that's literally
All
it
right.
too. It's just do your best.
Then it calls for 1.5 ounce of orange juice.
All right.
And this is supposed to be just layered over ice. So, which makes it easy because I don't have to shake anything.
The shaker would be the jigger.
Yeah. You need some help?
She's got this.
Just cut this.
I'm doing my best.
Exactly.
She's doing her best.
It's easy to use. You just do your best.
If I had a scout group, mine would be just do your best life.
Do your best life. Do your best life. This is for life, kid. Do your best life.
I never was a Cub Scout. I wanted to be a Cub Scout, and I went to the first Cub Scout meeting that we had at Perdido Elementary,
All right.
and they gave us fire starters for coming to the
That's fantastic. They
Right.
have not yet given me a fire starter.
So we're going to 1/2 ounce of
Probably-
cranberry juice.
probably still have
Okay.
it. All
You
I
never
did,
used it?
Oh,
You did
no.
not do your best.
No, I used it all the time. I never made fire with it
Yeah.
because it sparked. You know, it sparks.
You're right.
And so that was the coolest thing. I could never figure out how to make fire. I'm a terrible Indian. I can't make fire. I am not Tom Hanks. I cannot make fire.
That's my favorite part of camping with the Cub Scouts. And this last camp out I went to a week
All
or
right.
two ago.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have a 1/4 ounce of creme de banana. You're very, very, very lucky because I almost substituted that with the 99 because that's what I had.
I'm like,
And I said no, I'll actually get creme de banana instead of the 99 bananas, which is what I have at home.
Creme de banana. That sounds actually pretty good. I like banana. Banana.
So I went around making everybody's fires. Like I was at a fire and I made it, and then I walked to the other one. Jennifer, Derby wife came up and was like, "It's really dark over there." And so I walked over there to our other friends. It was Anita's.
Right.
And I walked over and it was dark. I was like, "Are you guys wanting this to die?" And then made it into a fire.
Are you wanting this to die?
Like I'm that kind of a fire person. I'm like,
Then
did
we
you
get
want it?
a 1/4 ounce of lemon juice.
Okay. A little bit of sass to it. I love lemons.
All right. And then you take a straw. Our handy dandy,
Look at
environmentally
you.
friendly paper straws that
Oh, okay.
Scotty and I do not like.
All right, so look.
I hate these things.
All right. Scientists out there, I know you're working on COVID and the environment stuff, and I commend you. However,
Paper straws.
somebody got to work on these paper straws.
Just get some Twizzlers,
All right.
man.
Like something's wrong. They don't work. They dissolve. Y'all got to fix. Y'all can do better than
Derby wife,
Derby wife.
could you grab yours and Caleb's, please?
Derby wife's coming.
There's yours, ma'am.
that. We're suddenly on camera.
Thank you, Derby wife.
Just stir it around a little bit and enjoy. Warlock punch.
Warlock punch. But yeah, so I got a fire starter and never,
that's
never,
good.
never got to join.
It tastes very banana-y. Do you want to taste it?
No, that's all right. Thank
Okay.
you.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
And there's just like a little bit of banana in there.
And I know, I was like, it wasn't as much as everything else, but you can just taste banana.
Yeah,
I know.
banana's one of those flavors that's really strong. You can just put a tiny hint of it, and it will always be like.
Does this give me more
Just wasn't-
potassium? Does it help with leg cramps? Just curious. Asking for a friend.
It kind of looks like, it's pretty. It's like a little witch's brew kind of thing. If I'd had clear cups, you'd see it, but you can't. But
If
it
she
is
had
pretty.
a sand bucket, we could have made it in there. Then Scotty might have wanted it.
No.
You're technically
go,
for a party.
go back and watch Wizard of Oz. That's
You're-
on video. I'm horrified.
They suggest that for parties that you pour all the ingredients in a large quantity into a cauldron and serve it.
Of
That's
course.
fair.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what one of my strongest childhood memories is? And it's so messed up that I still have this clear as day. Is my parents buying? It's probably because it was my brain couldn't figure out what was happening. When Dad first married Liz, we were living in the small town in Washington. He went and bought a metal trash can, like one of the ones that Oscar lived in.
Right?
Okay. And made Hunch Punch in this huge trash can, like a big metal. And I remember coming out as they were pouring gallons of things in there. I was like,
We used to do that.
what are
back
you
in the
doing?
day.
But as a grown up, I would have been like, what the hell are you doing? But as a kid, I was like, what is happening? And they're like, don't worry about it. Don't touch that. They were making Hunch Punch.
Oh, yeah. Don't touch that.
That was a kid memory of mine, 9 or 10 years old.
I remember Hunch
That
Punch.
explains a lot about your childhood.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to sit in my window at the top of the second floor with no screen on it, just looking out. No screen.
There's
just
one
sitting out.
of my favorite drinks
Different
that we
world.
used to make back in the day. You would make you would take, of course, this would be in large quantities, like an entire bottle of vodka, and then those frozen pink lemonade concentrate things. You know what I'm talking about?
The frozen juices.
Yeah, one of those, and then fill the rest of. And this sounds really weird, but you fill the rest of it up with beer, just like regular, beer.
Oh, man.
And then with the vodka and the pink lemonade and the beer and everything, it tasted so good. They used to call it panty droppers.
Okay. So I have one called 412s that's really good. It's Corona, which is 12 ounces. It was 12 ounces of 7-Up, 12 ounces of tequila, and a concentrate of limeade, which is 12 ounces. And you mix it all up.
Mm-hmm.
So that shit will get you drunk.
Yeah.
Because it
Just
tastes like a
saying.
margarita, but it's twice as strong. It's good.
Crazy.
Anyway.
I have a little bit of apocrypha. I don't have a lot, but I managed to find some.
Okay.
The
Proud of you.
screenwriter's original concept was that the Warlock was a good-natured man, forced to flee the 17th century to avoid religious persecution, only to find himself similarly persecuted in the 20th century. After working on the script for 2 months, he realized that didn't work and decided to make the character a villain. Julian Sands was initially considered the role of Redfern, and Richard E. Grant was for the Warlock.
Oh, wow.
It was the director's idea to switch the cast, and it worked, I thought.
Yeah.
You ready for some bar trivia?
I am.
All the time.
Julian Sands received the script. He assumed it was in the mold of the then popular slasher movies like Jason, Michael Myers, and Freddy. So it sat out for a while before he got around to reading it. Once he finally decided to give it a once-over, he was captivated and quickly became excited about the film.
Nice.
First of all, can you imagine being someone in a position where you get a script and you're like, I'll read it eventually? Like a bill you get where you're like, I'll open it eventually.
Yeah.
I know it's a bill. I'll get to it. But to be like, I'll read that script someday. I don't know.
The fate of the unbaptized male child was intended to be shown, but was ultimately deemed far too gruesome.
Now they'd show
Yeah.
it these days. I kind of wanted to see it. I'm not gonna lie.
You would like it more if you saw it, wouldn't you?
Well, I like those kind of special effects because I like to recreate them for makeup purposes.
We didn't talk about a lot about this guy in the movie, but there's a part of the movie where we talked. He meets a Mennonite guy,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
he
it's
was
just
great.
like like the old guy's like a Mennonite, but his son's like turned
Yeah.
more
More
modern.
modern, yeah.
He's more modern, and so the Mennonite guy knows all the ways of the witch and stuff, and he wants to protect his family from it. And so when Redfern comes in, he recognizes him and goes, Amish? And he goes, no, Mennonite. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're cool. We're going to hang out.
Yeah.
There's no way that Redfern could know about the Amish. This movie takes place in 1692, and the Amish didn't settle in America until the early 1700s.
There you go.
It's so close, though, Scotty. We're talking 8 years.
Right.
It's so close.
He
He,
just
can
missed-
read into the future.
He just missed it.
Yeah.
The structure of the Warlock is imprisoned at the beginning resembles a medieval hexanetrum or witch
Okay.
tower to imprison those that were accused or convicted of witchcraft. I looked at that thing and it's like, did they just build this for this guy? Because that's a lot of work. And or why does this village have a random tower to put a witch in?
Well, because
Witches were more prominent then.
they were. I mean, they really thought anybody was a witch,
they
and
are-
so
Yeah.
probably every village
yeah,
had a witch
I looked.
tower.
I didn't put it. I was going to do a whole thing about the signs of a witch,
Mhm.
and after a while, it was just like, "Are you a woman?"
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
pretty much.
That was my favorite thing about him talking to the kid. They were just hanging out, and he was like, "Witches are girls.
Yeah.
Not all the time, you little twerp.
Yeah.
I'm going to make.
I'm
That's what
gonna
he
make
decided.
flying
Summer men.
You.
Summer men.
He's like,
Thank you.
Where's your broomstick? I don't need a broomstick. Fire cackles in the background.
Yeah, and then he starts laughing when the kid's like, "So how do you fly then?"
I'm about to show you.
But
That's funny.
Come fly with me.
The
But,
kid got to fly with them.
you can find most surviving towers. They're in Germany.
I know they are because
So-
we Germans are hardcore.
I was gonna say you know all about those, then, don't you?
There's
Uh,
some beautiful, still medieval type structures. In
They're
Germany
probably
still.
all witch towers that you're like, those are beautiful.
We've got
That's
some
a witch
castles
tower.
left. Thank
That's
you very
a witch
much.
tower.
Oh, I was like, I got sidetracked, but like I said, I looked up like the signs of a witch, and like I said, number one was, are you a woman? And the second was, are you a contrary woman?
Oh shit!
Are you a widow? Are you a rich widow?
I would not have surved.
No,
that
you know,
time period.
absolutely.
I think most people these days
Yeah.
would
Would-
not have.
There
Yeah.
was one that was like, are your neighbors having trouble conceiving? Apparently, it's your fault.
Right.
Yep.
It's like a Wi-Fi is like your radiation
Yeah.
is spreading too far.
Wi-Fi.
Your yeah.
Which
Your,
Wi-Fi?
your signals are going too far, and it's causing all of the other uteri
Reminds me
around
of
you
Yeah.
to
and
not
Monty Python.
function.
How do you know she's a witch?
And then like a lot of
Build
those,
a bridge out of her.
Is she a woman?
and then
So-
a lot of those farm things were also stuff that came up a lot of the time, and they would blame the
Yeah,
nearest
absolutely.
woman.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Absolutely.
We get blamed for everything, man.
Well, you did give
Literally
Adam
birth
the
to
apple.
all of you. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
the scene in the theatrical. There's a scene in the theatrical trailer involving the Warlock as a satanic messiah was cut after negative reactions from test screenings. I kind of want to see that scene.
No, wait a minute. They're okay with like the Omen,
Sure.
but not with
Yeah,
him.
They were
Yeah.
not cool with that. The Chandler's death was originally much more violent. The scene involved a topless Chandler being frozen after the devil's eyeballs emerged from her breasts.
Have they ever redone this movie?
No, they have not.
It would be really fascinating to watch this movie with like all the technology we have now.
This one less campy, more.
But I think they
What's
could do it,
the-
and more would go. Like
Yeah.
more would get approved.
Because I don't think it was meant to be campy. I
No,
mean, it
it's
was meant
not.
to be a horror movie.
And it probably was.
Honestly, the only thing that made it campy was the girl. In my opinion,
She was
She was
awful.
too much.
She was a lot.
She was just too
She was
much.
obnoxious, and then she was like, "I got my bracelet. Bye."
I know, and it's Jamie was like, "Oh, and she's that movie you haven't seen, Footloose. She was the girl in that." And I'm like, it really doesn't make me want to see the movie.
Like, oh, in that case, let's go ahead and never watch it.
Yeah, it's like this does not make me want to see Footloose if this is the main actress.
So I'm going to take this to a tragic turn.
Okay.
In 1995, Saskatchewan teenager Sandy Charles and an unnamed 8-year-old accomplice murdered a 7-year-old boy, cut strips of flesh from his body, boiled and drank it in hopes
my
that,
God.
as in the film, it would give them the ability to
And
fly.
this is why we now have the warning on Tide Pods, and everybody's like, your generation is like, your generation cooked babies to fly.
I cannot believe
Charles was found not guilty by reason of insanity, but was sentenced to stay at a high-security regional psychiatric center in Saskatoon.
How old was he when he did that? Please tell me teenager.
He's just says teenager.
Yeah.
Yep.
Please tell me he's
it's generally
still there.
teenagers. Like
It's still happening.
Yeah, it still happens. Like the Slender Man movie. Like the two kids that.
Yeah.
See, those are
That's
crazy
been around
people.
forever, and people are like, my
Yeah.
generation
You're not
didn't
gonna
do
fly,
Tide
people.
Pods.
It's every generation. There's always
We
those
cooked kids instead so we could fly.
Yeah.
So we touched on this at the beginning of the show. The film was originally completed in late 1988 and was one of the last films completed by distributor New World Pictures. But when they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, New World Pictures is Roger Corman's company.
Oh, okay.
Corman is famous for making, I think he's got the record for the most films directed or produced.
Are those counting the films that he made but never released?
I know, but no, he's got a ton. I think he's got at least the credit for the most produced. So he's the guy who would make a movie, and then before they would tear down the sets, he would make another movie before they tear. And the prime example of that was Little Shop of Horrors, the original Little Shop of Horrors. The reason why that whole thing exists is, well, we can't knock down the set for a week because of whatever. He goes, oh, cool, we have it for another week. And so he made a whole movie in a week.
Yeah.
In a week. And that was the first Little Shop of Horrors, the black and white one.
Okay.
Oh, I don't remember the black
that's
and
the
white
one
one.
with,
That's not.
Jack Nicholson
in
it.
But he's like
What?
The
I have never seen that.
So
yeah, Little Shop of Horrors is based on a
yeah.
the musical is based on a 1960s or late 50s, I think 60s, black and white film by Roger Corman.
But what's great is the advertising was like Jack Nicholson in, because at the time he was big, but he's the bit part. He's the part.
Well, now he's big, but
well, he was kind of big then.
No,
too.
no one knew him at the time because it was Corman gave him a star.
But they were
I
like
love Jack
advertising
Nicholson.
it as Jack Nicholson starring in.
No, I think all the moderns in the last.
Yeah,
because it's in public domain, and so it's one of those films.
But he's the bit part.
Yeah, he's in the bit. So you've seen the musical movie, right?
Yes.
So the part where Steve Martin, the dentist, is
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, the when he's working on Bill Murray, who's the sadist, who's really into it. That's Jack Nicholson.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I haven't seen any.
And then they do.
You never seen Little Shop?
I have not.
And then they do
you
the
gotta see
original
Little
ending.
Shop.
Yeah,
It's good.
Should I see the musical or the black and white?
Musical. We'll do the
Musical.
We'll do the. I'll do that on the show.
Do you know any other movies that were done that way though? Like, we have this set for a week.
I don't have a list, but I will know by next week because there's
That'd be
a bunch of
fun.
them. There's a ton of them. I know that.
I'm intrigued to know all
You
the things
can
that were
do a
thrown
movie
together
in a week.
because I would too. I'm a
So-
big
it's a good way
deal
to save
person.
money for the studio.
So
Yeah.
here's a list of movies that New World Pictures made. So
Okay.
unless I will go ahead and say that I'm pretty sure you've never heard of most of them.
I'm gonna just sit this one out.
So
I'll
ready?
just throw it on Toy Story.
The first one is Death Race 2000.
Oh.
Was there a Death Race 1990?
No, that's the
No.
first and only Death. They did a
Yeah.
remake. Battle Beyond the Stars.
I have not seen either one of these.
I
I'm
knew
so
Death
happy
Race,
that you're
but I
right
didn't
there
know
with
that
me.
So
one.
Battle of the Stars is Roger Corman literally going, Star Wars is big. Let's make a Star Wars. And use John Boy from the Waltons to be in it.
Oh no, they didn't.
They did too.
Oh, now I want you to watch it so I can hear your
Shogun
interpretation.
Assassin is it's a famous martial arts film. In fact, it's the one that the Bride and Bee watch in Kill Bill Volume 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Saturday the 14th.
Oh, I
That's
did
a
watch that.
very
I love that
specific
movie.
Date.
That's
It's
a great.
It's a. Friday
I
the
love
13th
that
rep.
movie.
Yeah,
It's a what?
Friday the 13th
parody.
Yeah.
Parody. It's
Okay.
really good.
Oh, I get it. Saturday. Is it like him coping after the day of killing?
No, it's
like he's like putting his feet
it's
up, drinking a
basically like
mimosa. What's happening?
Saturday the 14th is worse than Friday the 13th kind
Okay.
of thing.
He didn't have a good Friday the 13th. He's got to take it out on the 14th.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Fitzcarraldo.
I've never heard of that.
Is that a name?
No, it's a movie.
No, is that a name of a person for the
No.
movie?
No, it's
Like Fitzcarraldo's their
believe
name?
it's the name of a
They call him
ship.
Fit?
Huh.
All right, so I got to talk about Fitzcarraldo for a minute. Fitzcarraldo is made by Werner Herzog.
Oh.
And it's about a guy in the late 1800s who wanted to do a riverboat, like a steamboat paddle boat,
Right.
on the Amazon.
Okay.
And so he used Indian tribes to carry the steamboat across mountains and stuff so they could give it into the Amazon, right?
Uh-huh.
People died. It was crazy, right?
Oh, wow.
It's a real
Yep.
story. So Werner comes and makes this movie, and what he does is recreate it literally. And so he has indigenous tribes move sets and the boat and everything across.
Oh, wow.
There is a great documentary about the making of this movie called Burden of Dreams that I highly recommend everyone watch. Because
Did you watch it before or after the movie?
No, I've never seen Fitzcarraldo.
You just watched the documentary?
I've seen
about
that, and I was like, I'm good. I don't like. I love Werner Herzog. He is so just crazy, and he you just get to see his madness. He's just like the greatest crazy director ever, and super nice. But like he's got to focus, and literally. He just decided to do what the original guy does. It's a movie; you don't have to. But he's
Right.
like, "Yeah, we'll film him going up the mountain with the real boat, like they did in the old days." And it was just like,
wow.
it's a great, Burden of Dreams. Highly recommend it.
Wow.
Burden of Dreams?
Burden,
Burden of Dreams?
yeah, Burden of Dreams.
Okay.
Okay.
Battle Truck, or how I know it as Warlords of the 21st Century.
No, I've never heard of that
We're
either.
going to do this on the Catacombs. This is
Okay,
Drew
yeah,
and I
that's-
have talked about doing this.
We
on
still want to do
A lot
Fortress.
of Corman films are for catacombs.
Right. So Battle Truck. So Battle Truck is Corman going, "Hey, Mad Max made a lot of movie. Let's make a Mad Max."
There you go.
Chud.
That's a terrible word.
Chud is an acronym, actually.
I don't care. It's still terrible.
Caleb, do you know what the acronym's for?
I cannot remember, but I know.
Cheesy
Cheesy?
house,
House.
under dreams.
No. Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
Under
For
was
5
close.
points, can you name the sequel to Chud?
Chuds.
No. Good try, though.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
And the last word is still. Like, was it
I will
cannibalistic
Ready?
something
Ready?
under?
Yeah.
Chud 2, Bud the Chud.
Oh, God. Chud 2 Electric Boogaloo.
They should have
Bud
gone
the
with
Chud.
Chuds.
Godzilla 1985.
Godzilla?
Godzilla. The Stuff.
I didn't see the stuff.
It's because the shit wasn't approved. They had to change it.
Caleb, have you seen The Stuff?
No.
The Stuff is about a food company releasing a tasty cream-like dessert that ends up killing people because it's an alien.
Is it, by chance, the filling to the lava lamp in The Prince of Darkness?
No, that's not the feeling. That's the
That's
son
what
of
they
Satan
did.
in there.
They
It's like,
they drained
this is-
they drained the lava lamp and put it in jelly donuts. That's
Yes.
The
what happened.
Gladiator.
The
Gladiator.
That
Good
is the
God,
cream
I have not
topping
seen this.
of the donut with the
is
chud
a
in
fun
it,
game. I
the
love this.
stuff.
Has he done anything I've seen other
Right,
than
and,
the
and I also did not do any research on this. This is all from memory because I've seen most of these. The Gladiator was a anti-DUI movie
What?
about a guy whose brother is killed in a DUI accident, and the guy gets off. So he builds like a killer car and starts murdering DUI guys.
Okay.
It was supposed to get a theatrical release.
So original Mad Max. But
Right.
So he's like really big into Mad Max. is what I'm
Right. So
hearing.
Pass me that toy, please.
was supposed to have
Figure it out. You got this.
it's supposed to be released on theaters, got bought by Showtime. Showtime pounded off to ABC. I saw it as an ABC movie of the week.
That's fantastic.
I've been looking for a copy ever since. I think it's on Tubi actually now. Vamp.
Like vampire,
Yeah,
or
vampire.
I
like
don't
Yeah.
remember if I've seen that.
Vamp is a very glam, rocky vampire film.
yeah.
Here's one you should know.
no pressure.
Hellraiser.
I like that he looks at
he
you.
did Hellraiser?
Hellraiser he produced it. It's a New World Production Pictures.
Yep.
I love Hellraiser. That's an amazing movie.
Have you seen
Holy
Hellraiser?
crap.
Is Hellraiser the guy like the
Pinhead.
No, I haven't. Then
Oh, okay.
I know
But-
I know the word
but-
Pinhead.
But I want to know where you were going.
I think I'm thinking of Hellboy. As soon as she said Pinhead, I was like, oh, mine's Hellboy.
Your
I
guy
was like,
Hellboy.
yeah, I know that guy. But no, I have not seen Hellraiser.
House 2: The Second Story.
You got this. We're gonna figure this toy out.
See,
Damn it.
the problem is that this is also an audio podcast, so we have to
Yeah.
describe like what.
We're playing with a toy called the True Balance.
Oh, is that what you've named it?
I saw it is on the thing,
Is
Scotty.
it-
You've had it in your hand all day long. You didn't know it was on the handle.
For those who don't remember, I have a toy store, and because of the toy store, I got this weird toy.
Okay, so for those of you that are watching, you're welcome. For those of you not watching,
And not go to YouTube, Mobcast.
Scotty has
Yeah.
been sitting with this toy next to him that he's had in his hand like all day apparently.
For
He
2
said
days.
he's
I
been-
got it yesterday.
He's been playing with it, and so I picked it up, and I got it before we started. So I don't know if anybody got to watch me get it.
I saw you.
Thank you, but I
really
was
did
super
see you.
proud.
It was like it didn't
It-
last long.
It didn't because
But
it's
it
like
was
it has
quick.
magnets on the opposite sides, so you have to get it to like
But she's like,
be balanced. Yeah. So Scotty's been playing with it, and one of the times he rolled it, I was like, "Oh, True Balance." It says the name right there because he's like, "I don't know what this toy is, but I've been playing with it for 2 days." I already
sound
beat
like
it.
that.
I already beat it. I'm super competitive.
they're not magnets.
You are-
Super competitive. Y'all don't know
It's
because I
not
don't ever
magnets.
play.
They're on swivels.
No, they've got
No,
they've
they're
got
not magnets. If you look at them,
they've got like weights on them to make them go a different way,
right?
though.
But it's
like
not,
on either
it's
side.
not magnetic. They're
Well, it
just
feels
weighted
magnetic.
differently.
It's
Anyway, it's called True Balance. If anybody wants to look it up, I just saw it, so I haven't had time. We have a producer, Caleb. Look it up, please. I'm just kidding. Do what you
gotta
want.
get this out
I'm
of
not. in
my-
charge
Live your
of
best
it.
life.
I'm not in charge
Get
of you.
this out of my
But it's
house.
called
Not in
True
charge.
Balance.
I'm not in charge of him either.
You're
and I'm
not my
I give you
producer.
orders all the time.
He's like, look at it. Caleb, do it.
actually, House 2, the second story. Has anybody seen that one?
No, but I saw that the
What's the
first one
first
was on
story?
Amazon Prime.
I think
It
both
was,
of them are.
it was suggested after watching Warlock.
Yeah.
Is the first one the first story and the second one's the second story?
that you have mentioned? Hellraiser was one of his because it was a really good movie.
Here's another one that you've probably seen.
What?
Flowers in the Attic.
I've
love
read those
that
books.
movie.
I have not seen the movie.
The
'cause I
movie
don't know
was
if I
really
could.
good.
We should add that to the
Oh,
list.
because the books were so good, but I don't know if I could. Like,
I
as
mean,
an adult,
Kai
I
Wynn
don't-
as an evil grandmother. I'm in.
I know Kai Wynn is bad.
She has no idea.
I don't.
Don't know who
But I
Kai
know
Wynn
the
is.
book, so I know what you're talking about. I just don't know who the person
Nurse
is.
Ratched.
Hellraiser 2, Hellbound, also made by
Yeah.
New World. And last but not least is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Oh,
So
he
we're-
did People Under the
so we're
Stairs. That's a
skip-
great movie too.
Was
Remember People
Yeah,
Under
I
the
do,
Stairs?
yeah.
was the film I'm thinking of not made by New World? Was Fantastic Four his version of it?
No, because Fantastic Four was a proof of concept, so it didn't have a release. It never was released.
But was it by that
No,
studio?
No. So,
Okay.
okay. Let's close this tab.
Let's do it.
I think that's all I got on that. Oh, I got one more thing. So I saw Warlock 2, The Armageddon.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
sequels.
Yeah, the sequel. So the first one I would describe as a Highlander versus a Warlock. The second one is a Warlock versus Jedi as they try to get the Infinity Stones.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
And so there are a bunch of druids, and the druids have these stones hidden, and the Warlock has to find them. When he finds them, he will release his dad, Satan,
Nice.
from the pit of hell. It is not like linked to the first one at all, outside of Julian Sands being the Warlock. But there's no mention. Like it's almost a whole. He's like, I'm a different Warlock.
Oh wow.
And so has some really interesting death scenes in it. One of them is he finds an art collector, like a rich douchey guy who collects art, and turns him into a Picasso.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
it's like a living, like a little small, like Picasso looking statue. It's the effects are terrible. It's got CGI. It's got horrible CGI.
Because that was only made like 2 years after.
Yeah, it's like 93.
Yeah.
So the budget of this film is how much? How much did Warlock cost you to make?
Oh Lord.
It has a bunch of CGI
It has-
ish
Five.
for the time.
I would say
I don't know.
I don't think it has any
It's
CGI.
that-
I think it's more like
I said ish for the time.
yeah. I think it's blue screen
It doesn't matter. I want to say it's 25 million.
to make it.
Sure.
No.
I was
Sure.
thinking
I wasn't-
25,000.
Yeah.
I will say it is.
That Warlock
It
had
is
to be a
between
lot
$1
to
and
pay
$10
for.
million. I will give you that right.
Okay.
Uh,
9 million.
$9 million.
5.
$5 million.
I would like to say they had more money, and that's what they came up with.
650 million. No, I'm just
650.
kidding. I'm just kidding. 6,050,000.
You're the closest. $7 million.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It grossed in the U.S. how much?
3
And Canada.
million.
3 million.
7.
It's because of that
7 million.
actress.
7 million.
I would say 9 because it had to make enough to warrant the sequel.
Caleb says 9 and wins. 9.
Oh, wow.
Well done.
Yeah,
Good
9
sir.
million. Opening weekend in the U.S., Canada. Okay, the opening. So as we discussed, the movie was filmed and released worldwide in '89. It didn't get released here till '91, January 13th. Its opening weekend, I will just tell you because it's sad.
Thank you.
$780,000.
Oh, wow.
What time of the year was it released? in?
January.
Yeah, that's
Not
It
even.
should've
that's
been
the
done, like-
that's a death month for movies.
So
That's like where the movie's
It's
gonna
after
die.
the holidays.
Yeah.
for
and-
for the weekend, for that weekend, where do you think it ranked?
I'm not playing this game.
87.
Out of 100 or
No.
10?
No,
Out of 10?
That's a weekend movie, so I'd say 20. I'd say
Okay.
out of 25.
Okay,
Yeah,
23.
24.
23, 25,
22.
22. 16.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He said 25. Throw us off.
With
I know
I will
what he's
get
up to.
when we did Lost Boys, I learned that giving hints was fun. So, for the top 5 movies of 1991.
91. We've done 91, haven't we?
No, this
No.
is the
Mm-mm.
weekend for 91.
Okay.
91.
Yeah.
Shit.
Actually, this is our first film of 1991 we've done.
So it's not Toy Story.
No.
Although sometimes
But
that doesn't work.
This is the weekend, not the year. This is
Okay.
January
All right.
11th. All right. So, would you like to make any guesses before I give any hints?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Do you want to make a guess before a hint, or do you want a hint first?
Give me a hint first.
All right. So, you want to go from 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
5 to 1.
5
Let's
to
build
1,
up.
yeah.
Stands with a fist.
Iron Fist.
Dances with Wolves.
Yes, Dances with Wolves.
I've not seen that. I don't know what that is. That has nothing to do with the fist. That's
It does.
dancing.
That's
and
the
that's
girl's
wolves.
name in Dances with
Well,
Wolves.
Dances with Stands
Okay,
with a
well,
Fist. All
must
right.
have seen it.
Number 4, it's not a tumor.
Oh, Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah.
Malignant.
Also, not a tumor.
Not a tumor.
Fun fact, I see the bad guy in that all the time.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's local.
He is local,
Yeah.
and he's dating a friend of mine.
Okay, what is it?
Richard Tyson, the bad guy.
We should get him on here.
Yeah, I could.
Just ask Richard come hang out with us.
The bad guy from what? I didn't
Kindergarten
know.
Cop.
Is that the film we're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not a
Okay.
tumor.
Is
With Arnold.
yeah, he is from here.
Yeah.
Kindergarten Cop's good.
Okay. Derby Wife said it was okay, so we might watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to look for him. Why are you looking at me?
All right.
I'm killing it. Thank you. Thanks.
All right. Okay, I thought
Got
that's,
approval
I had to
from the
double check
audience.
what the third movie was.
Doing well.
yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen it, so I can't give a hint. So outside of it, it's a Jean-Claude Van Damme film.
Oh, that means
Ooh.
nothing to
Oh,
me. That's Angelina Jolie's dad, right?
No,
No.
God, that's hilarious. No. Okay,
Street
hold
Fighter.
on.
Oh, that's John Voight.
But it's a John, damn it.
uh,
Hold
Street-
on, hold
Street
on.
Fighter.
There's a movie.
No, not Street
No,
Fighter.
no. It's the one where he's in New Orleans. Is it Rapid Fire or
it's a one-word title.
Oh.
Heat?
Ants.
He's a Schwarzenegger film.
Okay.
Lionheart.
Turbulence.
Lionheart. Okay.
Which I've never
I
seen.
think that is the one in New Orleans.
Lionheart's
though, where it's
right.
in New Orleans.
One word?
So this is a very depressing Robin Williams movie with Robert De Niro.
Awakenings.
Yes, it is
Great movie.
but it's depressing as hell.
Yeah.
So good, but it's depressing.
And number one movie of for that weekend was
Not Warlock.
no.
That was 16.
That was 16. The number one movie for that year for that weekend was one of the movies we did last year.
That
For
does not
Christmas.
help me. Die Hard.
No,
Gremlins.
no.
What the hell do we do for Christmas?
We talked about this last week too, and had the
I
same.
don't
and had the
Scotty,
same.
I
Home
don't
Alone.
remember.
Yes, Home
Home
Alone.
Alone. Yeah.
But we had the
Married up in
same.
January?
We had this very same conversation a week ago, and it went the same way. When we were talking about Home Alone,
Scotty, do you know how much has happened in a week for me? I don't remember what we talked about last week.
I just can't believe that Home Alone was still running in
oh yeah,
January.
it was so big. It was so yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Oh, that's right, because I made a new one. We
the
watched this
top
earlier, but-
movies of 1991. Home Alone does not count because it was a 1990
Mhm.
film,
Okay.
Oh, shit.
so it was a carryover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where do you think Warlock fell?
87.
87.
Out of 100, right?
I didn't say that, but I'll let you go with 87.
It's either 87 or 187.
It's neither one of those. But good.
Okay, thank you.
113.
113.
40.
So that's close as 114 is where it ends.
Oh wow,
Okay.
shit! That is really
Well
close.
done.
Before we play the with hints game, can you name the top 5 movies of 1991?
The Home Alone's got to be up there.
Home Alone is
No,
number
doesn't
3,
count. Oh, I thought it didn't count. You said.
Let's see, 91.
I'm sorry, I thought I saw it on the list.
Let me go
lied.
through the basics. Was the Jurassic Park in there?
No,
No.
that's the
Okay.
93.
Did Robin
Yeah.
Hood, Prince of Thieves come out that year?
Number 2.
Woo!
Indiana Jones,
No,
Nope.
Star Wars,
there was no Star Wars.
Star Trek,
No Star Treks.
Toy Story.
1995. Every time
Hold
we do this
on.
game,
Oh
I'm gonna make a sign. It'll be like 95.
Scotty, we're getting so close. Okay, this is
Hold on.
91.
Hold on, I got one though. Hold on. What else? Any that we mentioned in
All
the
right,
top 5?
so-
Is it a kids movie? I'm getting into this.
Okay, hints.
Yeah, we're about to get the hints.
The only kids movie was Home Alone.
Okay.
Kid movie is a strong word for that one.
That's a
Awaken-
kids movie.
I'm
kids
talking about like
Awakens was not on
animated
there.
kids
Awakens
movie.
was like top
Yeah.
20.
It was so good though.
Would we like hints?
Yes.
I ate his liver with father beans.
Oh, that'd be the Silence of the Lambs.
Which won the Oscar that year?
Yep.
was
Okay.
amazing.
Jack Palance was in this movie.
I don't know who that is.
I know who that is, but I can't. Oh,
Can you tell me something else he's in?
No.
Okay, then I
I
can't.
could, but
Okay.
Batman. He was in Batman. You.
That doesn't help
one
me. There's
guy.
like multiple versions of Batman at this point. I
Batman
don't know who you're talking
1989.
about. That
He won-
doesn't help me either.
He won the Oscar for this role too.
That doesn't also help me.
I'm gonna keep
Listen,
myself.
you stay over there, buddy. Okay,
Billy Crystal.
audience.
oh, was it? Oh,
Boy.
City Slickers.
City
Tim,
Slickers.
Toy.
Yeah.
City Slickers.
I saw why.
yeah.
I didn't see the first part.
The number 1 movie of 1991 was made by James Cameron.
Who is also made?
Titanic.
He made Titanic. He made
Oh, Terminator 2.
Judgment Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
One,
Yeah,
so
Judgment Day.
That was,
Yeah.
that was the top.
Hold on.
Look at there. I didn't have to give a lot of hints. That was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I got none of them, Scotty. So I could say you could give more hints. Like,
You could be my
I also like your shirt, by the way. I meant to tell you the whole time.
Yeah.
Because like the little bunny shows up at the end with balloons.
Yeah, he's wrong
It's
party.
like wrong party.
Yeah.
It's cute.
But he's my favorite character.
Yeah,
That's me when we role play.
Yeah, that's
It's
you.
like everybody else is like badass person what shows up with balloons. You'll figure it out. It's fine. That's the role I play in this
There you go.
podcast.
And that's why we
Like,
love you.
Movies. She wants to make movies and she has balloons. Cake for everyone.
Cake or death. Cake, please. I would recommend Warlock.
Yeah.
I would too.
It's
I
silly, but
thoroughly
it's fun.
enjoyed it.
I would not.
Even Jamie liked it.
I would not. I won't watch it again.
I don't blame you.
It's funny. It's funny though, as because you mentioned the sequels. The third one kind of circles around to that Highlander connection because it's got Bruce Pine in it.
Right.
I would
Oh, no.
very much enjoy a remake because I think that,
That would- yeah.
everything they wanted in it could probably be done so much better
It's
now.
like you like
Yeah.
the storyline and the concept,
I
not
do.
the execution.
And I do think that like there's a lot of things where I really, really, truly appreciate the problem solving and the creativity that goes into dealing without technology. But I think that this is a movie that needs technology with the things that they want. And if they redid it, they could do it so well. Not like sequel, but like redid it. They could
Right.
do it so well.
But the rights are cheap, so I mean, Blumhouse could do it.
People.
And Barbie Blumhouse. would
People
probably
do
too.
it.
And it's been long enough. The last one was 99.
Yeah.
Well,
really,
Wow, there was that much a break between the two.
I
Wow.
think that for me, as far as the special effects, the worst part out of the whole movie, it was the flying. And if they
And it
could have
throws you
corrected,
off.
yeah, if they could have
Yeah,
corrected
it's
the
silly.
flying,
it makes it super
It was.
silly.
The
And that's what I'm
eyes are
saying. Like,
silly.
It honestly reminds me of the flying in Hocus Pocus, which is okay because it's a
Yeah.
kids
that's a
movie.
silly
Yeah,
movie
it's meant to be
anyway.
silly, yeah.
But it's the same kind of just floating there. You can tell you're attached to something.
Which I know at the time, like I very much appreciate the timeline of where we've come
Yeah.
from
And
with
like the
movies,
effort.
with films, and I do appreciate what it must have been like at that time, and
Right.
that at that time that was magic. But I think at like watching it now, it just throws it off so much that you're like, I can't take this serious, like it because it's so cheesy now with how much we have.
Right.
That I would really love to see a remake of that,
Well, that's where we'll
and they
leave
could
you there.
make it scarier, like you would like.
Right.
Like they could make it like a little bit more terrifying with this person
Maybe
killing
a-
kids, pulling out eyes, ripping out tongues, cutting off fingers. Like,
Yeah.
I think it could be more.
And
than
why
it is.
while I always say it, I think a show would do well because you could build the universe of it.
Oh, a show would
Kayla
be
just
good.
wants to make shows.
Yeah, I mean,
I love
I think
shows.
shows are great because you can do longer storytelling. You can build worlds. You can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Harry Potter show.
Well, that's the Sky saying this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours.
Bye.